Hi, it's Amy with Mama Bear Blue and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I have new videos uploading. Today I have a few fun thrift flips to show you, as well as my top 5 thrift flip tipping, what in the world? As well as my top 5 thrift flipping tips. Let's get started. The first flip I'm working on today is this antique bottle carrier that I found for $2. Even if I'm falling down, I gave it a light sand, and then I used the JRV stencil called American Agriculture on each side. I love the industrial look of this stencil. I used DIY paint in the color Little Black Dress to do the stenciling. You can purchase the products I'm using here today on my website, mamabearblue.com.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly.
Quick stencil cleaning tip. I used some mild dish soap and warm water, as well as the brush I used to do the stenciling, and I cleaned the stencil right away. A quick sanding with my orbital sander to give it an aged look, and then Sweet Pickins hemp oil to condition the dry wood. This brought out the deep colors of the wood and the age stains, which I love. I just brushed on a light coat of the hemp oil and then used a soft cloth to wipe back any of the excess oil.
I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky.
Stay tuned till the end for the full reveal. Tip number 1, go often. The best items are going to get picked pretty quick, so you want to make frequent trips to the thrift store, especially if you're thrifting for profit. I usually try to time my thrift store trips around my regular errands and just do quick pop-ins. I know the exact areas of the store that I like to look at. So I'm probably thrifting 3 to 4 times a week, but not more than 15 or 20 minutes at a time. Next up is this pair of glass jars with sealable wooden lids. I purchased them for $4. I wanted to change out the knobs, so I carefully removed the plastic seal.
No telling where it goes, driving through days and nights.
I gave the lids and the jars a good cleaning before I started the painting.
I really wanna know,
I'm using the color Vintage Linen by DIY Paint.
if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep.
I used a coat of DIY Paint's clear wax.
Even if the sky is falling down.
I had saved these knobs from a past project. They weren't an exact match, but they were close and they looked great. I used my hand stapler to reattach the seal to the lids.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly.
Tip number 2, learn the best days to go in your area. For me, the best days to go are early in the week, like Monday and Tuesday, because people have spent time cleaning out their garages, finishing up their garage sales, and they take all that stuff and drop it at Goodwill, usually on Saturdays and Sundays. So Monday, there'll be a nice stock, but even Tuesday as well, as they're still trying to get all the stock out. So learn the best days in your area. For most areas, I think it's probably going to be early in the week. Along with tip number 2 is learning when the sales are in your area. Here at the Goodwills, Wednesdays is Senior Citizen Day, and there's a 30% discount. So I'm not quite to that age yet. I can take my mom. Some thrift stores do once a month half off sales, so look for those as well. And another point about the best day to go is the worst day to go. So I've learned that one of the worst days to go is the day right after a big sale. Usually everything's completely picked over, they haven't got the new stock out yet, and it's usually not real productive. So I try to avoid Thursdays here, but you'll have to learn what that is in your area. I found this clock for $5. It worked and is in good shape. I'm giving it 2 coats of DIY paint in the color Skeleton Key. I love this color. It's a soft blue-gray. DIY paint is an all-natural clay-based paint. I rarely tape off my painting projects when they involve glass or mirrors or materials like that. I am able to clean up the DIY paint very easily with a soft cloth. And here I'm taking that damp cloth and rubbing back some of the paint to give a distressed look. This method is called wet distress. And I'm finishing up with a coat of clear wax. Tip number 3, and this was a big one for me, especially when I just started out flipping furniture. I was so excited and ready to just buy anything and everything because the price was cheap and I was going to flip it and make a big profit and it was going to be awesome, but it doesn't happen that way. When I first started out, I bought so much stuff that it sat in my basement and my garage for a long time. And after about a year, some of it honestly had to be redonated because I just wasn't going to have the time I needed to put into it to fix it up the way I needed to. So only buy what you know you're going to be able to flip within a reasonable amount of time. I would say what you can prepare within a couple of weeks. Which leads me to tip number 4. Really evaluate and look at before you leave the store the items that you're buying, especially furniture. Check it for sturdiness, whether the veneer is very chipped. Look at the back. Is there a lot of water damage? Anything that's going to take a lot of your time to actually repair to get flipped. You want to avoid those pieces and go for the solid pieces that really don't need much work. You want to make sure you're getting a good return on your item, but you have to keep in mind that your time is money and those items that are going to need a lot of work are not going to be worth your time. And take some time to think about what people will really want to pay for your item once it's fixed up. My last flip today is this candlestick pair. I'm painting them in DIY paints, black velvet. I'm doing a bit of wet distressing to pull back some of the paint. That really helps accent the detail, and then I'm putting on a coat of clear wax. Candlesticks are one of my absolute favorite finds at thrift stores. Here are some candlesticks I completed earlier this year. I love painting them, distressing them. Some of them come with so much detail. There's just a lot of fun, and they always sell very well at my booth. I'm finishing this pair up with a coat of white wax over the clear wax, and then I take a soft cloth and wipe back the excess white wax. It will highlight those low spots and look really pretty. And tip number 5, which I hit on a little bit earlier, is flip fast. So as you go and you're picking just a handful of items, have a plan for getting those items completed and flipped and in your booth or market or on Facebook Marketplace as quickly as you can. That way you're getting the return on your money faster and you're avoiding the hoard sitting in your home.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't give.
Well, I hope these tips have been some help to you as you get started in your thrift flipping business, or if you're already in the middle of it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I have new videos uploading. Thanks for watching.